Hi everyone, it's Shari Carroll for SimonsStamp.com, and I have a set of color coordinates for you. I've chosen some colors that are in a more masculine theme, and I've chosen Fog along with Sparrow, Catkin, Cobblestone, and also Soft Navy. The stamp set I'm using is called From the Rooftops, and I'll be using the buildings that are at the bottom, and they're really super fun, so there's a lot of buildings I can use all my colors with. I will be using some Neenah white cardstock, and this is the 110 pound, and also my Tim Holtz stamp platform. I've inked up my images with the Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink, and I'm just giving this a good press through the platform to get my stamped images. I've decided to experiment with a piece of fun foam to do my coloring, so with my stamps in place, I'll put my fun foam right into the stamp positioner. I'm inking that up with the same intense black ink and pressing that right into the fun foam. Once I have this stamped, I am going to cut my pieces apart. And these will create little color blocks that I can use to ink up and to stamp onto the paper. These are really easy to cut out because all the lines are nice and straight, and I'm just using my Tim Holtz mini snips to cut those out. To hold the foam in place, I'm adding a piece of double stick tape just right to my block, and I'll just reuse this for the entire process. I'm starting with the angled piece, and I can either stick this right onto the block, or if you want to make sure that you're getting everything right, go ahead and put it right onto your paper, and then you can place the block right on and pick it up so that you can get a really nice good image. So I'll show you. So I could have it on my paper and then just attach it to the block by just placing it right over, or placing it onto the block before you go and stamp. I'll be using my CATKIN ink for the first one, and we'll just go ahead and ink this up. I haven't tried this before, so we'll see how this goes. My thought is it's probably going to look like an old cartoon where it might be offset a little bit, so I think it'll be really fun to ink up and stamp my images this way. It turns out really great. I have to say, this is so much easier than me trying to color it or using markers or even using my colored pencils. As I continue to add the colors, I'm noticing how it's kind of spongy looking and imperfect, and I really do like that. Also, I found that you can stamp off and get a lighter image of your color, which I'm doing with the CATKIN right now. So now I have a nice faded version of the darker color. So this is really fun to get variations of colors. I've added in some of my Sparrow and also Cobblestone now, and I'm starting to get a nice amount of good depth going on. And towards the right here, I'll just add another blue. So this is super fun. I have to say, I'm going to do this again. It's really easy, and I can keep all these little pieces with the stamp set and use them again and again. Now that I have everything stamped and colored together, I've used my white pen, and I've gone back in and added little white dots to those windows. So especially on the dark navy ones, it kind of covered up my windows. So now with the white, it looks like there's lights on in the buildings. And I used that matching die to cut that out. And I have stamped my thank you into my tuck bubble and have stamped shouting from the rooftops. I like this color combination because it can be either female or male. It's also a great one for the winter months. In the summer, I would probably add some really bright colors for it. And I really loved stamping with the foam. I think that was a really easy way to color in my images. So I hope I've given you some inspiration for using some color coordinates for your next card making. And as always, thanks so much for watching.